Okay, folks, happy Juneteenth. Today is, yeah, June 19th, 2024. So I'm just going to, just give about 10 minutes of time. I've been doing a lot of stuff today. And, well, so the main thing I've been doing today is reorienting my, my indicators and everything. So typically what I'll do is I have these scripts here that I use a master token, right? So, well, what I call the master token, I use a master token that stream writes everything to a file. So I have this file over here. So then I'll take this file over here and then I'll copy the information, paste it into this new file over here, and then I'll have these stream readers read from this new file. So instead of going from a stream reader directly to the original file, I put an extra step in there for me to copy and paste. And I'm going to stop doing that. So I'm going to only have this original file, but then I'll do backups of this original file, which is kind of why I wanted to have two files, so I could have this original file and then this secondary file, where if something happened to the secondary file, the original file would be safe. However, all I need to do is just take this original file and just do backups of it periodically. So I took that extra step out of there. So I went and I had to edit this. There were 4 or 5 more. So I went and edited everything. So now, anytime when I open up the chart, it will automatically pull the data that I need. And so that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Is that number right? 65. Maybe those need to be smaller. Scaling, style, raw. Point. This is a point. I'm not sure which one is the red. Must be this point. No? Because that's a small point. It's a larger point. Oh, those are small. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me see. I feel like these are awfully large. I might not adjust it right now, but what I could do is just go here, click that. It must not be a designated plot. It must be something that allows you to plot whenever a condition happens. And if that's the case, then this plot will not show up on the edit studies. So again, the edit studies part is only going to show the plot if the plot happens on every single bar. All right, so we got this up. Let's close this. Do this. Doing a little magic here. Doing a little magic. Yeah, so get that out of the way. And so where do we have the red? Let's do a fine red. Yes, so if the value of 3 is greater than 2 times the value of 2, excuse me, the value of 1 is greater than 3 times the value of 2, then we're going to plot that 2. It's going to be red, default size 4. So that seemed awfully large. Let's make it a little smaller. Yeah, like I said, without the day having a lot of regular market action, it's a time to do a little bit of a little bit of housekeeping stuff. Okay, so, but I did have the chart on for some time today. As you can see, it was recording data. What happened here? So here it had a little bit of a pullback from this area. Going short, it had a little bit of a pullback from this area. That was around 1036. We did get a high tick volume here, right? So we didn't get any high, like really high bid or ask, but something's high here. See, that went up very high there. Something's high. Maybe not. Let's automatic scale. And again, once I kind of reset everything, now I'm in the position where I've got to get everything back situated. Oh, look at that. So in here, there was a high number here, and it was referencing this top area. Okay, so, oh, and also the ask, like the inside ask got really large as well. The interest, market interest on the ask side. Let's see, did I have on my other chart? Because I'm curious of what the overall market says. So again, this is the ask, the bid and the ask that are coming in at the most immediate price level. But I wonder what the entire market said. Did the entire market say we're interested or no? And then I've got this to contend with. The file cannot be found. So I got to look at that here in just a second. Let's see what it's for. It's for the news bar. And that is a paint. So that is, it should show up on here as a paint. There's no news bars today. News bar should have happened back these days. News bar. When I move my files around, the news bar got a new location as well. And it is called news file. Copy as path. News bar. Let's go here, edit studies, news bar, edit easy language. News file, string reader, go right here. Right there, paste. All right. Okay, verify that. Now we should come back over here. We'll clear this one. Where are my little, it should have icons right here. So, erased everything. Yeah, either way, that's okay. All right, so let's go back and turn on the news bar, edit studies, news bar, status. Should not get another error. No error. Good. And now we'll see if our news bars did get plotted. Oh, okay, good. So that's something else I have to look at. This will be an easy fix, right? So watch, I'm gonna do this. I will do a new chart. And this is why you kind of have to watch all of your symbols. Okay, so ESM24. ESM24, we're gonna go here to edit studies. We're gonna go to a new study. My shortcut there, paint bar, news bar. Hit that, and now we have our news events and our news bars. Our news bars have a color, black or yellow or orange. Black or orange. I think the yellow I couldn't see as well. It just didn't pop out to me. Okay, so we have the news come up there. But now if we change this to ESU 24, which is the current futures contract, then nothing shows up, right? So what's happening is on my news file, I have it set up as ESM24. So I just really need to change this to ESU24. And I only made this so that if I am putting in news for like a specific symbol, whether it be Amazon or Tesla or Apple or something like that, then I can put the actual specific ticker in there, and then that will only show up on the chart for which the ticker is pulled up. So I just need to go into my master file and change all those to ESU24. Here is my master file. Change all these. ESU24. Okay. And we know that we can double click. And then it'll change it. ESU24, 25, 26, that. We just hit change that. It's going to be a copy only. That change this here. We go and copy this. Copy. And then we open our news file. Select all, paste, save, close that back out. We can get rid of this. And then when we come back over here, now turn that news bar off, turn it back on. And now for ESU24, we have our news. We have our news bars being colored. But now there again, if I do happen to switch it to ESM24, now it will not show up because again, we just made it so it's only applicable for ESU24, and we set that up in our code. And I could change it to where it's ESU24 or ESM24, or I could probably go ahead and add the ones that are applicable for the rest of the year, something like that, but it's not necessary right now. I work on a small time frame. I'm looking to day trade, so I'm looking at a smaller time frame. All right, so we don't need this extra workspace. Well, I'll use that to do a little bit of coding on. But we go back over here and we just gotta refresh our news bar so that it pulls up our, so turn it off, turn it back on, and then it'll have our news. Okay. All right, and now we don't get any more of those errors. So like I said, today is housekeeping kind of stuff, and that's definitely something that I needed to do before tomorrow when the market opens back up regular throttle. All right, so like I said, today I was just gonna kind of hop on and do something real random. Let's do this. Let's do a show me. I haven't done this in a long time, guys. ES061924, 5 minute long. I haven't done this in a long time. Where I just kind of hop on here and do a, just make a kind of a random script that follows a number of rules. Let's see, I'm gonna open up this other one on the other side here. Oh, this is, not sure how I got sidetracked, but I was coming over here and we were gonna look to see if the overall market got excited when we had that dip down here. So when we had that dip, you saw we had the closest data, the closest inside bid ask got hype right around here as it was approaching the top. But when we got to the bottom there, before we move back up, this is the cumulative level 2 data right here. I mean, it was quite active, but well, I mean, it was, right? You see these spikes right here, boom and boom. Those spikes happen within that. Within this realm. as I've noticed before, we typically have the spread to widen before it goes back up. I usually see that spread widen like right around in here. It happened right here, so just make a note. And like I said, the scaling on everything is off now. Ticks got high. I also, there we go. I also typically see this this bid here, the max bids get high as well. Let's see. Yep, I see this right here. We talked about this on my previous video, and that is right there in that range. Yep, so I'm seeing the same kind of patterns over and over, and that's a good thing. That's what we look. Oh, not only that, but this guy right here. This is almost identical to what we talked about last week, or on my last video. So we got the high marks to come in, the high number of market orders. Just like the number of market orders you see down there is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And all of a sudden you got 37. So you got a high number that pops up. Just says that somebody either hit a pain level or somebody's like really trying to aggressively move the market in some type of fashion. So you got this, you got this, you got this, and high ticks. And that is the combination. That's the combination. Let me see. Because it should still be on this chart for when I marked it up the other day. I don't know if I marked it up on this chart or the other chart. And also, so I see one thing I need to do too. What's going on? Okay, all right, let's see. Let's do this. Let's change it to ESM. ESM 24. And now we should have the drawings and everything from ESM that I might have done the other day. And if it wasn't here, then I did it on the other 15-second chart. Well, I don't think I have. How far does this thing go back? 15-second chart shouldn't be more than 2 days. Might have been on this chart. It's taking the other one a while, so let's try ESM 24 there. See if it loads any quicker. It's still working. Now, it didn't take this long to load earlier, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe it's because ESM is like really working its way out of the equation at this point. I think it ends tomorrow. No. I think it is on Friday. 21st. However, this is just cramping my style. I've already been over 10 minutes, but I did show you some stuff that I was up to today. All right, this is the problem. This is why it was taking so long, because it detected an infinite loop. So obviously, when I went through and I made some of those corrections or made some of those adjustments, I ended up, you know, putting an infinite loop into the program. So I got to check that out. All right, hang on. All right, so now I got to figure out how to get the infinite loop out. Which one is this for? For the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's falling apart. It's all falling apart. Okay, so for the first one, we got an infinite loop in the stream and the cumulative mark. Bid ask, tick count, largest bid ask, max stream, limit versus market orders. Oh boy. And this one already has the key in it for 524. I did see that I need to do something with that. The 524 has a duplicate in it, so I'll start by getting rid of that. 524 at 1700 has a duplicate on the 15-second time frame. All right, so I'll start by fixing that. Yeah, this is just going to be a housekeeping day for real. All right, so 415. That's part of the reason we have you know, a month worth of data here that gets added to the library. 524 at 1700. If you have duplicates and you're dealing with dictionaries, that won't work. Dictionaries have to have only one key. Can't have multiple keys for the same lock. So here you see 524 at 1700. That's one key. 524 at 1700. That's the exact same key, but it's 2 times. Not only is it 2 times, but it's 2 different pieces of data, which because I don't know which one is the right one, sometimes if you start the chart, restart the chart, or initialize, reinitialize, uninitialize, then you'll get different pieces of data. So to fix that, I just take it all out. Okay, now we save that. All right. So that ought to fix this, and this. But what about the infinite loops? Got an infinite loop in the inch bar max bid ask. That's this guy. So we just go to it under edit studies, and then we edit easy language. That is here. The only loop that we have in here, we don't have any loops down here. The only loop that we have, we do have a loop down here. So we got a loop down here, and then there's a loop up here. This is the main loop that we're using to read the information from. So an infinite loop, while not in the stream, this should always okay. Maybe that's why I did 2 different files, because I'm saying once, while not end of stream, we're going to do this stuff. And the problem with doing it like this now, because the way I have it set up now, is this is reading from one of these files that just continuously gets written to. This file is continuously getting written to by master token. Continuously getting written to, continuously getting written to. When I start the whole chart up initially, this is off. So this is not being written to. So there is an end to the file. However, if this is on, and it's continuously being written to, continuously being written to, continuously being written to, and now all of a sudden I turn this on, well, this is looking for an end, but it doesn't end. It just keeps going based on this other one. So that could cause, I think that could cause it to not ever reach an end. It's just continuing to go. So to fix that, I would need to have that file that is closed and nothing is being written to it, or I would have to only start this up before the master token is writing information to the file, and that's fine. Like I said, that's how it sets up initially. I think the problem came in to where I called for this to reinitialize. It was asking for all those scripts all over again, yet this master was already working. So we can test that very easily by going here, and then we're just going to turn everything off, or definitely turn off the master token. Master token is going to be on this other one. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be, it's fine when you turn the computer on for the first time in the day, but if you're doing some scripting or something like that, and then you need to come back around, then this is going to get this is going to be more time consuming than me making 2 different files every time I open it. So yeah, let's go here. Let's go to the edit studies. And then we're going to turn off master token. Turn it off. Okay, now that it's off, now we're going to turn everything else back on. And it should work fine now. All right. Oddly enough, we have to do this one at the same time, I think. Yeah, while that other one is off, now we can turn all these back on, because there is nothing being written to that file. So that file is currently closed, and so there is an end of stream. Or I got to figure out some clever way to get around that. If this doesn't load up, then that might not be the only issue. So now we sit on our hands again and wait. I'm just going to clear all these out. And then we just have to wait and see what comes up. But if it's already taken this long, then I imagine that we have a similar issue. Don't. Yeah, I imagine it's a similar issue. Got to do something about that. If it were the issue later down, Now I know before I was having some issues with using real-time calc when there were no real-time bars. Like now, there's nothing going on the market because it's after I guess it's 5 o'clock, so nothing will start up back up until 6 maybe. But it should start working again fine when it hits 6 o'clock. Like I said, that's kind of the issue I had before, and I haven't had any issues since. But one of the things I did to all these files was I commented this right here. I commented this out. And instead, I put this right here. So, but this isn't a part of the loop at all. So this shouldn't affect a looping situation. No. This would not affect a looping situation. Yep, I think it's going to give us another error because it's taken a mighty long time. You know, even though this is housekeeping 101, I imagine I'm going to have to do a little bit more with it when the regular market hours kick back in action. Ah, man. Yep, there we go. Infinite loop just detected. So, whew. But again, I have the 15-second time frame going up on two different charts. So, but it was fine when I pulled it up for the first time today. It was fine. It was just trying to start it back up this second go round that caused the issue. So I'm going to try to turn off the master token all the way off and then shutting it like that. And then I'm going to turn, we'll just try one of them. Turn that back on. You know what? Something's up. Let's see. Because I open up that master file and I try to save, right? I try to save just then. And typically if the... Yeah, so we got it again. Let me try to save it now. Okay, so I can put a space in there and save and it's fine. All right, so that other file had it open, and that therefore it wasn't allowing me to save. It had it open, and it wasn't even. Well, it just had it open. It wasn't even writing to it. And it wasn't trying to save on close. It just had it open. I wonder if that's preventing the master token from doing what it needs to do. I don't know. Because the master token would be the... Let me close all these out. Oh man, come on. Okay, so let's try that one more time. let's do a, let's try to open up the tick count stream. Just the one. And master token is not on. Master token only has one place to be open, and it is right here, and it is not on. All right, so we just got it one more time. So once, while not end of stream, clear in equals 0. Get up equals 0 on bar status 2. Get app equals 1. It won't even come into this because, well, it is real time. Get app info equals 0. This just means that it's not a live bar, that this is a historical bar. Get app info AI real-time calc is equal to 1, that means that it's a live bar. So we're finding out what the interval and the time frame is on the chart, and then we're assigning the path name according to that. We're using that to create the stream reader, then using the token list, creating the token list, using the token list. We'll use it down in here to take the data from each line of the stream read, and then we're adding that to the dictionary t-list. Oh, excuse me, the token list t-list, and then we are adding that to the dictionary D t-list. All right. And we're doing all this if we have a historical bar. I see. If stream read is equal to true, then we're going to begin. We're going to do this. If get app info AI real time calc is a historical bar, then begin. We're going to do this. We're going to do these things one time. And then we're going to come down here, and we should be doing this one time as well, which technically we should be doing all this just one time. This whole thing should be once. Begin. Okay, I guess I tried it at some point here and it didn't work. Let's see. Add it once, begin here, makes the stream reader only run once. That is actually what we want to do. Not for every historical bar. That's what we want to do. And then our dictionary will then take the information and look at it on every single bar. I'm not sure why that didn't work, but we're gonna add it back in there. began once if and then we shouldn't need to do this because these things are only happening once anyway. I'm only mildly. I need to come up with something to confirm whether or not when I put this once here, I imagine that this whole thing will run one time, right? So from begin all the way to end. In my head, if I put once right here, then this whole thing runs one time, which is essentially this is calling on this, whatever is in after this statement. It's calling on this while function to run one time. But it only needs to run once because within its once, it's running multiple iterations of this function. So in my mind, once allows you to get this whole loop done. But I've taken it off there before, and so maybe once doesn't work there. But I need to make some code so I can confirm that one way or the other. All right, so while not in a stream, we're going to begin. We're going to do that. Okay. Because whether I had once there or not, whether it ran multiple times or just one time, if it only ran the one time, then I'm still trying to figure out how the infinite loop is being how we're finding the infinite loop. How we find that it has an infinite loop, because even if we opened it here and then we closed it right away and then we came on another bar and we said, all right, well, run that again. Well, we closed it and we would not have opened it here. So this would almost be null. This if that was the case, this would say that an instance of an object is not available because the SRD would be closed. All right, I'm gonna just verify that and then come over here and try it out. See what we get. All right, so this is BAS intrabar max bid. BAS intrabar max bid. Okay. Run, 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 do your thing. Run, 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 do your thing. Nah, it's taking too long. That's not what it wants. It's not what it wants. Oh. Oh yeah, no, it didn't do it. So 516, 516, 516. Still having an infinite loop. Man. It's got something to do with that real-time calc though. Oh, this sucks. because we don't even come down here because, well, I guess we do because it's equal to 1. And we do have a loop down here. But I know this is the issue up here. Once. And the location that you put these once statements in, they matter too. And I believe this needs to go right here. Yeah, because when I put it in the other position, this is asking for it to, I guess, just ask about get app info real-time calc on 1 bar. But now when I put it here, if stream read equals true when we at first initialize, if it equals true, the first time it equals true, then we're going to do this. We're going to do all this. We're going to do it once. So it needs to be right here, not right here. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. Try it again. Try it now. That'll forever be in my head. You know, growing up in the country and that kind of thing, having all kind of vehicles and vehicles not in great condition and trying to get them running and trying to turn it over with the key. Try it now. No, it ain't working. Try it now. No, it still ain't working. Nah, it would have come up already. 919, 519. Still not working. Well, I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of, oh, I did. I just moved it. Okay. All right, I'm about to get off here and cry myself to sleep, and then I'll have a brilliant idea when I wake up, I'm sure. If stream read is equal to true, then once begin. Oh. Doing something different. Did something different that time. It's not loading like it was before. Definitely did something different, but was that the key? Was that the trick? Nope. No, Sally. No, it wasn't. And once begin to end. We're going to do all this just one time. All of this just one time. All of this just one time. Wait a minute. I got my begin ends in the wrong place. Begin. begin. Come on, man. What you got? What you got? What you got? All right, so begin. This begin, and that's why I like these pluses, these minuses over here, so you can kind of keep track of what's going on. So this begin goes with this end, so you can collapse it. All right. You can collapse these comments also. Just get some out of there. I mean, that doesn't help a lot, but that's what it does. All right, you can get this begin out of here. And that begin is responsible to after T-list and SRD. Okay, so that's right. All right, and then this begin goes down to this end. And that's right. Well, this begin should have another end. And then this guy works by himself. You work by yourself there, buddy. All right, so get that in there. Now, this has an end that does not have a begin with it. And that's okay. We just get him out. All right, verify. Now come back over. We're going to try it one more time. We're going to try it again. If this doesn't work, I'll just do some random coding. And then I'll have to come back and try that again when my tears have dried. And it looks like that's what it's going to be. God almighty. Yeah. But it's got something to do with the time though. All right, so if I take this out of the equation, take the while statement out, verify, come back over here, turn it on, you see, then it shows up, right? So the issue is and you know, that's kind of one of the ways that, you know, there's different ways to debug, right? You can go to debug here, step into over to toggle breakpoints, start your debugging. Debugging is I've messed with it a couple times, but it's another level, and it's not a level that I always find that I need. But just kind of working one piece at a time, working one method at a time, working one block at a time. I mean, you can often find your issues like that. So this obviously is an issue, this while statement. But why, Adam? Why? Because there's nothing wrong with this. We created the stream reader here with the path name here, and then we're saying we also have a token list, which is not that important because it'll come into play down here. But then we said that while not end of stream, and definition for the end of stream is that when you start going down the stream reader, end of stream is true when you get to the end of the stream. The file position is at the end of the file. Like I said, the only thing that would be messing that up is if for whatever reason what we're looking at with this specific path name is if it's still ongoing, if it's not closed. All right, so let's look at the path name for this 15-second time frame. Of 15-second time frame, so 15, and then this reference in the second. So we're going to be looking at desktop TradeStation TX text files, master ES 15 second, and that is That is here. Here's 15 seconds right here. So if I open that up, and again, if I try to save, then I can save it. So if I can save it, that means that nothing has it open, right? Because it won't let you save if something has it open. Unless there is another script that has it open for some reason. But it's not the master script because we have that turned off. In every other script, we have closed, when we get done with the reader, we've closed the reader. Right, we've closed the file. Method, close. Closes the stream reader object and the underlying file and releases any system resource associated with reader. Right. Nothing spectacular about that. And I do that on every one. I mean, only thing I can do at this point is go back in here and open the project and just kind of look over them all and see if if I miss closing one of the files out. It's associated with that same 15-second time frame, 15-second chart. All right, so this has got the SRD close. Nope, this is, all right, that's the one we're working on. Come level. All right, this one is not using that path name. This one uses the path name, but it does close. And it doesn't open it back up. I'm gonna try some. And once that's ready to close, then begin. Bar status 1 is equal to 2. Black bars. Mark master token. Alright. Use bars doesn't use it. That doesn't use it. Stream. This would use it, but this does close. You know what? You know what I can do? Yeah, that's what I should have done in the first place. Instead of having it in this complex script, I'm just going to take it out of here. Tell you what, I'm just going to leave this here, go back to here, and then so it says while not end of stream begin. So print we're going to do value 1 plus equal 1, and then we're going to print value 1. So this is going to tell us how many times value 1 gets printed, because it's just going to just flood the chart with value 1s as it's coming down into here. can't open up the print log right now, but that's because it's stuck in its infinite loop. But just as soon as I open up the print log, it should show us what's on the print, what's on the feed. All right. So this went through a lot of iterations. 37,600, and I mean counting. It just went up and up. While not end of stream. Let me for kicks and giggles, because I don't have it like this in the rest of the chart, but I'll put while end of stream equals false. I mean, that should be the same as while not end of stream, but let's write it this way. I'm gonna clear this, and then we're gonna turn this back on. You see how many cycles this is doing, how many iterations? It's already up to 300,000. 400,000 times. It's already done 400,000 cycles. Wait a minute, do I have my place marker right? No, 44,000. Either way, that's a lot. 50,000 times. Okay. And by that point, the infinite loop said, that's enough, dummy. That's enough. All right. All right, so while end of stream is equal to false. What is in that chart? It's gotta be, it's something simple. It's something simple, and I want to figure it out. And then, you know, everybody will be like, yeah, well, you figured it out, whatever. Yeah, but I won't figure it out. Well, let's just do the opposite. It's opposite day. Okay, so the opposite worked. While end of stream is equal to true, it worked. It worked fine. I mean, it just like boop. I mean, it didn't work fine. I mean, because it's not giving us the data that we want, because it didn't go through and cycle. It didn't read any of the material. But why didn't it read the material? So it's saying that it has already met the end of the stream. There's something about stream reader here that I don't know, that I don't understand, and it's affecting my ability to utilize it, because I feel like it needs to be told to go back to the beginning of the stream every time or something like that. Because I feel like it's starting at the end of the stream. Yeah, that didn't help at all. All right, so once srd equals stream reader dot create using the path name. While end of stream is equal to true, we're going to do this. Why does it think that it's not ever getting to the end of the stream? Get app info equals 0. Don't really need to do if get app info equals a 0. I could just tell it to do it once. And that would do it on the first bar. Let's try that. Once begin, begin. Still, it didn't print anything. While in the stream, it should have at least printed that once. Now if we make this false, now it runs through and well, it looked like it stopped. What's it doing? Or maybe it's hung up. Okay. There it goes. Now it's running. Okay, but I think we still got the same error. Yep, 541 infinite loop. This has something to do with I don't know. I don't know. T line is equal to, it's a string, is equal to read line, srd.read line. And then we're going to clear the token list. Then we're going to add tline to the token list. And that's just reading one line, so it should go to the next line. Token list is greater than token list.count is greater than 10. Then we're going to assess it to see if the symbol name is correct, and if it is, we're going to add the token list to the dictionary, and then we'll stop, and then we'll go to the next iteration. Go to the next iteration, which will then ask us to add another 1 to the value, and then print that, and then add another or read the next line, which is but first, before we go back up there and do that, we're going to clear this T list again. I don't know why I have it clearing it twice. Let's delete this one, only because we don't need it. But then, so we get to the end of that, and then we go back and we start over again. We do this process again until we get to the end of stream. But for some reason, we're not getting to the end of the stream. Okay, I got one more trick up my sleeve. All right, I just did that, but let's see what that does. Now I got one more trick up my sleeve, and then I'm gonna shut it down. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna create a random new text document, and I'm gonna call it BS. Motherfucking BS. That's what I'm going. MFBS. All right. All right. And thank you very much. That's what I want to call it. Okay, we already have this text file open. Let's take some of this data from here. You're just going to copy it, because this is the master. So like I said, it might be that something still has it open and it's quote unquote trying to save to it, but motherfucking BS ain't got it. It don't have it. It does not have it. All right, so for some reason it's trying to block me. Why are you trying to block me? Something is going on here. Because, here we go. Because the file is open in Notepad. All right. All right. This is when I make my breakthroughs. What's going on here? Where? Motherfucking BS. There it is. Okay, it's open. Save that. Save it. Okay, come back here. Get the path name. It's going to be copy as path. We're going to come back here. And then we're going to put that path right here. So it's 15-second time frame. Paste. And then save that. Says study not verified. What you talking about? Gotta get one of those out. That. Ah. All right. Gotcha. All right. Come back over here. And now, open it back up. And now it works. See how quickly that worked? It did 17 iterations in no time at all. All right. Yeah. So there's something up with that. With that file. But how is the file open? Something must be opening and closing it very fast or something. Something must be opening and closing it very fastly. That's what I'm thinking. Or there is this one thing I did notice, like when you had, well, I had like several weeks. From the 19th, I had like a month worth, 619. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's too many lines here, because that was giving me some funky issues one time before. So let's, instead of going from 619 all the way through 501, let's cut that down to like the past week. And so I'm just going to take all this. I don't know if it's too much data. I don't know. I'm going to take all this. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to save it over here. All right. Save. We'll say ES 15 second dump. It's like the file dump space. All right. And now we're going to save this. Now we'll come back over. Turn this off. Now turn it back on. Oh my God. That's not going to be it because we haven't changed this yet. Okay, all right, here we go. Now we're going to verify. Now we come back over. All right, so we did get an error, but we didn't get the same issues we were having before. So the error is 614, 1700. I think we're getting close, guys. 614 to 1700. 614, 1700. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're close. And I just kind of figured this out by trial and error. I don't want to say I even figured it out before. It was painstaking, and I just happened to notice something. So I think it's the same issue here. Save that. Go back here. Go. Oh my goodness. Stuff is showing up. Yes. All right, we got it. We got it. That was it. There's too much data there. Man, this is looking good. Okay. Here I am changing all kinds of code on my original script, changing all, stream read once, begin. Do I put a once here? Do I put that there? Do I change this? I know a lot of it looked good, but when stuff isn't working, you don't know what to do, but you do know that you got to try something. So let's see. I don't know that I changed anything on here, but it says it's not verified. Save that. Oh. Okay, so everything is showing up here except for TikTok bar, which I don't have any stream data for. And again, I shouldn't have anything for here. Let's see, this is 619. This is this morning. I opened it this morning on ES-M24. I opened it on ES-M24, and then I switched it right around here. I switched it to ESU24. So you see the ESM data here, and this is ESM data also. And then ESU, I switched the chart around here. So if I change this to ESU24, then you'll see that instead of that first half of the morning, now we get in the second half going forward of the morning. So going forward, I will be using ESU24. Oh my God. So I got to go to the forums and find out what the limit is on using the stream reader, because there's obviously a limit to either the amount of data. Yeah, it's got to be the amount of data, because it's not the dictionary. It wasn't the dictionary or the token list, because we clear the token list every time. The dictionary just keeps adding. Dictionary might have a maximum on it too, but something with the stream reading, as it was going down, it just, I guess it got to those higher numbers and it just had a brain fart. I don't really know. But that's okay. All right, so one of the things that we were talking about was we were talking about looking at ESM24 and then going back into yesterday or so and seeing if we could see where I may have marked it up, where we had a similar setup that we had when we were looking at it today. So when we were looking at it today, we saw that there was a high mark count down here. We had the bids crossing over the ask, and we had high market interest. We had high market interest here. We had high marks here, and then we did get a little spread right up in here, the spread increase. But let's see if it showed up from yesterday when I did some drawings. And yeah, see, this is the markup that I did on yesterday. Same kind of thing, right? So we had high market interest coming up here. We had here is where you got high marks, but I think I was looking more so at these areas. High market interest, high market orders, and then also typically see this with the high market interest. You also see that the bids, the blue line, is higher than the red line, the ask. See how that blue line is cresting over? This blue line is cresting over. High market orders, and then you get a high move of the current inside bid over the inside ask. So this is the whole idea behind what I've got going on, why I have all these things on here, why I'm doing the stream reading and the stream writing, is so that I can look back on one day compared to the next and be able to make these chart notations. But like I said, because we switched over to the new contract today, now everything that I had back before with ES will no longer be on here. So all this stuff, excuse me, not ES, but ESM24, all this data won't be on here. And I didn't even look at this day. So let's see what this day says. Well, this is in midnight, so I'm not really interested in that. Okay, I'd have to pull up some more data. Let's see if we can get it for 5 days. Ba, 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 ba. I love it when a plan comes together. I wonder what's the workaround. There's usually a workaround. If you're clever enough, there's usually a workaround. So I wonder what's the workaround for the limitations on how many lines you can read from the stream reader without the computer getting confused. All right, so we're going back. Got back all these days. That was some highs. 12-17. So what happened here? Just as the chart was starting to move up, we had high market interest. We did have large size bids, more than the ask. Excuse me, ask more than bids. But I have another one that I'm outside market orders. This is another one that I've really been interested in. So this is like when you're looking at the chart, when you're looking at the time and sales, and you see the above ask or below bid. This is saying that, you know, orders were happening outside of the inside bid and ask. So there were orders happening above the ask and below the bid. That's what that is. Okay. Yeah. Also on the other chart, we're looking for the, well, but that's on a reversal. You see, like this, on a reversal, on a dip down, like we said, like we saw on the other charts, we saw that the bids were above the ask, right? And also we got a high amount on the initial, on the inside bids over the inside ask, increase in overall market activity and high marks. Now this isn't high compared to like this or this, but it's definitely higher than, you know, relatively speaking. Okay, so yeah, I hope that helped somebody. So the moral of the story is, if you're getting an infinite loop and it doesn't appear that you should be getting one and you're using a stream reader, then consider that maybe you have too much data being pulled from stream reader. I'll try to get some more concrete information on that, and then I will report back to ya. All right, as far as me, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.